Jay here for Stretford Paddock. This is Paddock Live. Joining me, not as always, because it's usually Joe Smith, but Joe Smith isn't here. We have got Nick McCabe from Real Reds Talk, Eccles finest. How we doing, bro?
Very well.
Good to see you again.
That's very formal.
I know, well, we like to keep it professional here on this channel when I'm in here.
Yeah.
And we've also got the producers as well. And it seems like the lunatics are running the asylum since I've been on my halls, because we've even given them a microphone. Is that plugged in as well?
Yeah, it is now.
Yeah.
It is now.
This is going to end in tears, isn't it? This is going to make me, cause me all sorts of dramas. But get involved in the chat in the comments. We're going to be talking about all the latest Manchester United news. But also, listen, right, we're going to get to it properly in a bit. But if you think, right, I'm going to stand there and laugh at Liverpool getting knocked out of the Carabao Cup when we got knocked out to Grimsby Town, you're absolutely right.
Absolutely
we
right.
are going to be laughing at Liverpool
correct.
a lot later on. I'm going to be getting into that. Getting into their recent record, which is just brilliant. It is just fantastic what is going on down the M62.
I like to think we played a part in that as well.
Yeah.
Big part in that. You know what I mean?
I think it's all down to us.
Basically, I'd take credit for it.
I think I know they lost a few games before they played us, but that was it then.
Yeah, that was the main one that was like...
They were hanging over that cliff.
We're done.
And then Ruben Amram's
It was
boys
also
just went...
cocky as well before that.
They're giving it all that, giving it the big one.
Yeah.
And now you're getting battered again off Crystal Palace. They love Crystal Palace,
And a red card to add to it as well.
Yeah, that kid, he got sent off, didn't he? You know what I mean? It's all happening. It's all going wrong.
It's going on, Slot. It's happening, mate.
Here's one for you. I reckon. By
Careful.
end of the season, Jurgen's back.
Wow. Do you know what someone said to me? Can I throw something at you? Someone
Of course
said
you
to
can,
me,
you do what you want, you.
very rogue shout. They said, I bet you Marinakos will be managing the club by the end of it. At Nottingham Forest, yeah. He said to me, well, this was obviously before Sean Dyche came in or anything, he was like, I'm telling you now, there'll be an interim manager at the end of the season for a few days, because he likes to play, you know what I mean?
What, he'll actually be the manager?
Yeah.
Do you think?
And I was like, that's looking at it now, it's not like too much of a...
I could, you know what I could imagine him doing? Putting in like the tea lady as the manager. And like
Sue's great.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and him just telling her what to do.
Yeah,
so he's not the
yeah.
official manager.
Yeah.
It's like there is someone else there, but they're just like sat there.
Yeah.
Do you remember was it Chris Armas with the headphones on listening
Yeah.
to some kid on his laptop in Moscow?
Yeah.
It'll be like that. He's just basically telling her what to say. That's what I think. Get involved in the chat in the comments and let us know what you think about all the latest Manchester United news. We're going to be talking about this new plan we've got with youth signings. It's like Christopher Vell and Jason Wilcox have sort of come up with this new sort of scouting mission. We're going to be getting into that. We'll talk about Old Trafford. We're going to talk about Mainoo. We're going to talk about Morgan Gibbs-White, who's been chatting ahead of the Nottingham Forest game, saying some nice things about Manchester United. We'll be getting into all the latest Manchester United news, so make sure you are hitting that like button. Loads of people in the chat already. Santa Knott says, I've discovered more energy, in quotes, from Klopp. You could, was it. He said he'd ran out of energy, didn't he?
Yeah.
I reckon he looked at it as well, right, Klopp, when Slot won that title last season. I bet he was really annoyed. I bet he thought, that's my team.
Yeah.
And he's just come in and just kept everything the same. Salah's turned up and they've just won a title.
It goes to show money isn't everything, innit? You know what I mean?
No, it isn't. Yeah, well said. Let's get into the... in fact, no, before we do that, Producer Ben's just reminded me of something. Because Producer Ben, right, he's one of those weird guys who does stuff for charity. Do you know what I mean? He's doing a run. So he's running. How much are you running?
So I've been doing 5k a day for October, roughly, because some days I had to miss. But yeah, I did a 15k the other day as well.
All right, no need to show off.
But yeah, Mike. Thanks.
Yeah,
really?
I'll give him a comment.
15k. We're giving him a round of applause for that.
Mate, I can't do 1k.
Mate.
But yeah, I'm over my money goal.
What is your money goal?
150 quid.
Good lad.
I've just passed that today. So.
What's you raising money for?
Prostate Cancer UK.
Right, I'm not going to make a joke about that. Great cause. Yeah. Well done. There's a link in the chat. So Ben, now you've upped it to 15k a day. That's what you're saying. If people donate, you will do 15k a day.
I'll probably do another 15k.
Right.
Fair.
Get involved in the chat, and there's a link there, and you can see the link to, if you can, donate. Donate, it's a great cause, and Ben's been smashing it, to be fair to the lad. So all the support is welcome. Pykel says, charity, not on this channel, mate. Yeah. I'm not too keen on it, but we'll allow him. He's a good lad. Why not? It's for a good cause. Let's not make a habit of doing things for charity. Yeah, we're better than that. Right, let's talk about these stories.
Okay, so these youngsters are shining. Go on. Do
you know what, right?
I've not even noticed
I was
that.
just about to say, what the fuck sort of a pun is that? You've given up since I've been away, and then I realised.
I genuinely didn't even notice that then.
That is very scary. Have you seen The Shining?
I have, but I don't get the correlation. Like, am I missing something? Is it a missing pun? Is it depth there or something? Or
There's never depth with these lot.
No, okay, fair enough.
Like, you're giving them too much credit. There is no layers.
Right.
There's no
So
depth.
they've literally
there's no
just
highbrow humour.
Cropped the heads.
They've just put Christopher Favell and Jason
Right,
Wilcox's faces on the two girls from The Shining because they wanted to say these youngsters are shining.
Right.
That's it.
Well, there's a link though. There's something there. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah, I mean,
shining. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Here's what you need to do. It's the most obvious thing you can think of. That is what it is.
Okay.
Right. So it works. It's just the youngsters are shining.
Yeah.
So they've thought the youngsters are shining. Let's do this.
I don't think it's
bad. Is that how it's come about?
Yeah, there's a bit of a theme going on today.
Oh man, I don't like this.
You'll see.
Okay.
Can this theme not involve me being cancelled? Can we just say that? That is very scary. I remember when I was a kid watching The Shining when I was babysitting my little brother, and I made him watch it with me, and he had nightmares about it. Yeah, it was just very, very scary. What?
Yeah.
Oh right, I thought you said Freddie Krueger was in The Shining. I was about to say I missed that bit.
No.
Go on anyway. I digress. Go on, talk us through this.
So I didn't do a proper introduction then. These youngsters are shining. Vavell and Wilcox, big scouting mission. Kevin Fuller, AIK football, AIK football, doesn't matter. The 16-year-old talented striker could leave AIK as early as this winter. Price valuation around €3 million. Some Bundesliga clubs also consider him interesting. It's from Plettigol. And then, I'll try my best, Jay. I'll try my best, mate.
Ayub Buade.
Ayub Buade.
Forgive us if we've butchered that one. But we'll go with that.
Ayub Buade from Lille. Man United are actively monitoring, love that word, monitoring, and scouting Lille's Ayub Buade for troublesome centre midfield position. Believe that a deal could be done for around 40 million.
You read that like it was an advert.
Contract situation. I put troublesome
centre midfield position. Seeks.
Yeah. Well,
long-term partner.
I'm not just a content creator, advert reader as well. Due to the contract situation. That's from Paddy Keogh AF.
There's more, don't worry.
Oh,
Keep going.
There's more. Charlie Hardy, Derby County. Manchester United have completed the signing of England youth goalkeeper Charlie Hardy from Championship club Derby County. It's from Andy Mitten and The Athletic. Big up Andy.
Yep.
And then we've got Kerim. Oh, there's some of these names, mate. Ali Begovic. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you've got that right. I think you've nailed that one.
Have I ever nailed that one? Okay. Understand FC Porto, Manchester United and Chelsea are closely monitoring the situation of Kerim Alibegovic at Red Bull Salzburg.
Any more? One more.
Jeremy Monga, Leicester City. So Jim Ratcliffe wants United to sign generational talents and there would be no bigger poster boy for this recruitment effort than Jeremy Monga. United in focus understand via Graham Bailey that Monga is a young talent that every club would love to sign, and United are among his suitors.
So basically, we made a list of all the best young players about.
And come here.
And they're like, right, we're going to go out and get them. So I like this idea. The difficulty you have is you ever see where like they do these sort of polls or these predictions and it's like who's going to be the England 11 in 10 years or who's going to be the next big sort of the best starlets ever. Let's do our 11 for the best starlets in each position over the next 5 years. And it's rarely accurate. Yeah. So there's some of these players who might not quite work out as much as you hope it will. Some of them it might do. But I like the ethos of it. I like the idea behind it. I remember when Sir Jim Ratcliffe took over, he said, I don't want to sign Kylian Mbappe. I want to sign the next Kylian Mbappe. Yes. It makes sense. United shouldn't be going out and spending 150 million quid on anyone. We haven't got it for starters. But I understand spending 10, 15, 20 million on someone who has that potential. And you might get the odd one or two wrong. But if you get one right in a big, big way, it can pay dividends. I remember in 2003, United brought in a load of youngsters, right? We had this sort of, Chelsea had just got all this money. Arsenal sort of continued to shine under Wenger. Liverpool looked like they were starting to get their act together a little bit. I don't know if Benitez had come in by that point, but Liverpool were doing bits. And United sort of changed tack slightly because we had bought in big money signings like Rio Ferdinand, for example. But we bought a lot of youngsters. Around this period, around this time, you had players like Djemba, like Liam Miller, God rest him, like David Bellion, like, I'm trying to think who else was around this time. Kleberson, I think, was around this time. Now, all those players I mentioned, none of them worked out. However, amongst all that, we also signed some kid called Cristiano Ronaldo.
He was alright, wasn't he?
He's kind of did okay. So I get it. I'm not saying you just go out and buy loads of youngsters and hope one of them's successful. But if you get a lot of talented youngsters, the chances are one or two of them might work out. So this makes sense to me. Get involved in the chat in the comments. Let us know what you think. Do you think this is a good idea? Do you think you recognise these players? You know much about them? Let me know if you do, because I don't know much about them at all. But you'll have to wait and see. Mehdi Rackman says Gabriel Oberton. I think he might have been around the same time. John Adair says, don't do lifts then, Jay. Yeah, talk about The Shining. Martin P says, that scene made me scared of having twin girls. Yep. I always think about it whenever you go in a hotel and you turn around the corner. I always think about that scene. It still sort of stays with me now. A lot of people liking it. Mick Holohan says 9 out of 10. Ross Murphy says 8 out of 10. Martin P says, ha 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 ha, 8 out of 10. I think the most important thing to remember about that pun and that story is that Liverpool lost again tonight.
Yes.
Let's get on with the next one, please. Gentlemen.
Okay, so San Siro moves ahead of Old Trafford.
Whoa, sweet baby Jesus.
I was gonna go back
and the orphans.
Don't worry about that. Theatre of Screens. So there's a Halloween, what they've done there. There's a Halloween theme kind of thing.
This is very clever for you guys.
Theatre of Screens.
Do you know what I mean? I can see how chuffed you are and proud you are of yourselves, and rightly so, because I didn't even pick up on the Halloween theme. And you've smashed it so far by adding spiders to the
cobweb.
Is it a cobweb?
Looks like a cobweb, doesn't it?
Looks like a cobweb.
Have you made that?
No, that's all.
No,
right.
the stadium
Nothing
design.
off now. The whole.
The trident thing.
Yeah,
I don't know the talk of it, but no, it's very good that the spiders. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like it. The theme is working. The puns are working. Even I don't often say this. Even the pictures are working.
Yep.
Yeah. Can this continue? I'm a bit worried what's gone on since I've been away. Everything's sort of
leveling up.
Yeah, leveling up.
There we
it's
go.
my job here, right, to bring it back down.
Yeah.
Right, go on.
Theatre of Screens. San Siro moves ahead of Old Trafford. It's an indication that the work on a £2 billion rebuild of Old Trafford won't be starting anytime soon, that the team officially mandated to oversee United's new Stadium District project are now busy designing the new San Siro. They hope to move into the stadium in time for the 2030-31 season, but there has been no further update on United's commitment to begin the process of appointing on an architect. With Foster and Partners only, officially mandated to oversee the project, the small stadium team at Foster's have got their work cut out in Italy, where they have been given the all clear to build a new 71,500 seater San Siro after AC Milan and Inter reached an agreement with the city. Don't know why I made that out so hard to read.
No, you did well. So basically, the team that are working on our project have now got another job to look at. In the meantime,
just like, nah, you can do one now.
If we hired Bodgett and Scarpa bloody builders.
Apparently so.
Oh, I'd love to put your patio, but I've just got to do a job down the road.
Got a conservatory that needs doing.
I promised her I'd do it before Christmas, so I'm going to have to put this on the back burner. You understand though, but I will get it done. What is going on here? Why have we not gone here? Here's your dough, get it done, focus on this.
Yeah.
However, we haven't, so we'll have to wait and see. The issue I've got with the stadium, I do think the stadium will happen. You just hear conflicting reports about the timescale. Because at first it was like, right, this is going to take at least 10 years. Then there were these rumours and reports that actually we could do it in 5, which I thought isn't realistic. Now it looks like it's more likely to be 10. But there's this also argument being made that with Sir Jim Ratcliffe's advancing years, that he will want to see it done sooner rather than later. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how this all pans out. It's getting a bit confusing with the stadium, innit? 1 minute it's happening, 1 minute it's not. 1 minute it's going to have this trident thing, the next minute it's not. 1 minute it's going to be 100,000 seater, the next minute it might be slightly less. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Get involved in the chat in the comments. What do you think about all this? Does this concern you? Does it bother you? What do you make of this story? What do you make of the new stadium? What do you make of anything? Get involved in the chat in the comments. Let us know what you think about anything at all, including the fact that Liverpool lost again tonight.
Yes, please.
Real talk, would you take Ronaldo back, says I'm Alan.
Is that a question for me?
You're real talk, aren't you?
I am real talk, but I don't know if you're
saying
you're
real red talk.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
I don't know if you'd abbreviate real red talk to real talk.
What I thought.
All right, then, would you take Ronaldo back just for both of us? We can both answer.
No, I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't. It's a bit sad what's going on with Ronaldo, isn't it?
In what way?
I say, like, you know when you're playing in the back garden, you let your kid score a few goals.
Yeah.
It feels a bit like that is what's going on with his career at the minute. I know he's scoring goals for Portugal, they count. But he's playing in Saudi in front of one man in his dock. He's not winning out. They've not won anything, have they, his team?
No, not
and he's
so far,
treating it like it's the World Cup final. And it feels like a lot of them aren't.
But given the career that he's had, I'm kind of almost like, just, you know, if he wants to last 50 goals.
But it
bit
just
of a
feels
pushing,
like...
Do you know what I mean? There's always that one kid, like, you like, just let him have
You
a
know,
goal,
like
you know
Harry
what I mean?
Kane went to the Bundesliga to get the trophies.
Yeah.
He's like, you haven't won any trophies, right, I'll go to Bayern Munich and I'll get some trophies. Now, you know, in his first season, he didn't, but obviously he has since. And people sort of went, well, all right, there wasn't really a challenge in going to Bayern Munich and winning a trophy. Like, that is fairly easy. I do respect Harry Kane anyway. I think he gets a bit of a raw deal. I think going to another country and scoring loads of goals at a very high level.
Still winning titles,
yeah,
regardless.
I think you've got to give him credit, and I think he's had a fantastic career. But it feels a little bit like with Ronaldo in Saudi. It's just like he's going just to tick this box of scoring all these goals.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas if you look at, I don't know, even like Messi in the MLS, seems to, the standard slightly looks a little bit higher. Certainly the crowds are bigger, and he's achieving sort of things that are making people probably
one thing
a
I will
little bit more engaged.
Throw back at you though is the Portugal thing as well. Like Portugal is still scoring. And now it might be a little bit of a detriment to the team at times, but at the national level he's still getting goals as well, which is something that I would throw in with it.
No, I'll give you that, because I think we can be too dismissive of international football. I know Steve don't rate it, but we can just go, oh, it's only scoring goals. But it's quite difficult to score goals at an international level. I've
Hardest
seen
thing to do in the game.
fantastic players. Like Andy Cole's one of my all-time favourite players. Now, he didn't get a fair chance for England, but I think he only scored once for England. It's not always that easy.
Really?
Yeah, I think, to be fair, it still annoys me to this day that I think he got 13 caps, and most of them were a sub. If he was playing now, he'd play every single game for 100%, even with Harry Kane in the team. So yeah, it's not, you can't just dismiss that, and I think credit to him, he's still scoring for Portugal. They've just won the Nations League?
Nations League, yeah.
But I just think the whole Saudi thing, just when I see it and I see footage of it,
I get it.
I just think
feels slightly plastic, right?
Yeah, I think it gives a shit.
Yeah,
it's
I get
like,
it. I'm with you.
Know what I mean?
I'm
People
with
used to say about Pele, he count his goals in friendlies and he count his goals from escape to victory and all that. It feels a bit like that with you know them goals he scored in that film. It's like those went towards his talent. It feels a little bit like that with Ronaldo in a minute. I don't know, maybe I'm digressing. Sorry. That was probably the most long-winded answer to any question we've ever had. Heaven Soul says he's 50 off. I'm okay with him tapping them in down the park to hit that 1,000. Fair enough. Other people don't agree. There was something, right? Jamie Burton. I think this is Jamie who's the referee. He's always in the chat. My wife works for Foster and Partners. San Siro has been the priority stadium for ages. They are further down the line in terms of development. United are just in the artist concept stage. So it does. That makes me feel as well. And I think a few people have said this. I think Matt Slater said it in the Athletic. Memory serves. This design has already changed slightly. Yeah. It could change again.
Listen, as long as it's good football being played in the stadium, as long as we're still playing like we're playing now, that's all I'm bothered about.
Yeah.
The stadium looks slightly nice and it's a good atmosphere and we're going, that's all I care about.
Yeah.
Play good football, win football games. The stadium will come at some point. I feel like you always have to kind of overestimate a little bit with stadiums. Yeah. You've seen that quite a few times with the new builds. If it's 6 years, it's 6 years. It is what it is.
Play good football and win football matches. Someone's getting fucking carried away, aren't they?
Mate, well...
Hey, do you know what I mean? A few wins.
You've been away too long.
Talking nonsense.
You've been away too long.
Hey.
He's not seen us, has he? He's not seen us.
Hey, I tell you what, it's fucking ace when United start winning.
I know.
I've forgotten what it's like.
I was walking the step,
I mean?
like, last time I was here, we was here, honestly, miserable results.
I know, man. It's like...
And now it's like...
15th, finishing 15th, hit hard, man. And losing that final to Spurs. So, yeah, take the wins you can get them, and especially winning at Anfield. Especially beating Liverpool. He lost again tonight, 3-0, by the way. That is fucking class. It was 3-0, wasn't it?
Was that against?
Crystal Palace.
Oh, they've lost to them before, right? A few times.
Remember Istanbul? I know that wasn't a loss, it was a draw, wasn't it? But still one of my favourite non-United games ever. DRZ says, the Paddock sweater looking quite nice, thank you. We do have some merch. I'll put a link in the chat, but I won't make it pinned because Ben's flogging his charity stuff there. Oh, is it? Yeah. Oh, no! Now we look like horrible capitalist pigs. Oh. Put your charity thing as the pinned one. Let's pretend we're generous and kind. No. Do you know what I mean? But in the meantime, you can go and get this hoodie and others from the Paddock merch store there. There's a link there. And a lovely graphic that Ben, who is doing a bike ride for charity, not a bike ride, a run for charity. He's made that graphic for us. He's just an all-round good guy. That's what he does. Yes, real recognises real, says, ha ha ha, capitalist pigs. Yes, we are indeed. Right, what's next on the agenda?
Right, okay. That's interesting.
Right.
We've done it again.
Right. You're just about getting away with this one.
It can.
Right. For starters, the whole corn on the cob thing, I've given up with this now. It's always going to happen.
It's like the I-team thing, innit?
There's
like
no point in pushing back
team.
on it. Anytime we mention Kobbie Mainoo, there's going to be a reference to corn on the cob. That is just a thing. I was thinking when I read it, how are you going to sort of shoehorn that into Halloween? But you've done it with trick or treating.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very, very good. Yeah. Very, well done. You've kept up the theme. It's acceptable. Off you go.
Candy corn on the cob. This is from Fabrizio Romano. One player that we have to follow for the January window is for sure Mainoo. I told you that Mainoo and Zirkzee had this desire to play more, but on the other side of Manchester United still insist to keep the players at the club. Ruben Amorim is insisting to keep them. Amorim still hopes to keep Mainoo. There is interest from Napoli after the injury to Kevin De Bruyne. Napoli wanted the player last summer and remained interested in Mainoo. Also, there is interest also from West Ham. West Ham have called to understand the situation of both Zirkzee and Mainoo on loan. Of course, for 6 months to give them the opportunity to play, to give them the chance maybe to go to the World Cup. But at the moment, Man United are not open to negotiation.
Look, I love Kobbie Mainoo more than life itself. If it was up to me, he'd probably be playing, probably be starting. I think he's a fantastic footballer, and I think he deserves to be in that team, and I hope he does stay at Manchester United. And I do sympathise with him wanting to play for England in the World Cup. I think he's good enough to play for England, and I know there's a lot of hype about the likes of Wharton. I know Wilton wasn't in the last squad for England, but Elliot Anderson and one or two other players. But if I'm Kobbie Mainoo and I see someone like Jordan Henderson still playing for England, I'm thinking, what the fuck is going on in there? However, despite all that, Kobbie Mainoo might not be starting many games for Manchester United. In fact, he's only started one, and that was against Grimsby this season. He is still playing. He's still getting used. So if I'm Ruben Amorim, I'm probably not keen on letting him go, because this is a player who is getting minutes. Now, he's not getting loads of minutes, but if you look at it, I mean, 20 minutes against Brighton, it's not great, but it's minutes.
It's a chance to cameo in it to show what you're about.
5 against the Scousers, so that's almost by the by. 13 against Sunderland again, 24 against Brentford, 3 against Chelsea, 20 against Man City, and 45 against Burnley. Obviously didn't play in the first 2 games at all, and he, as I mentioned, he played the full night against Grimsby. So if he's getting minutes, he's being used. Also, if there are injuries, he's probably going to get more minutes. If I'm Ruben Amorim, I'm probably going, I don't give a fuck if you want to play for England. You're not going anywhere. I need you because I'm using you. So I understand why Amorim is a bit like, that ain't happening. And I can get Kobbie Mainoo's point of view. You can understand both points of view. But I think the chances are Kobbie Mainoo ends up staying in January. I think the club just say, not happening. You're not going anywhere because we still need you. And also, let's not forget that someone like Casemiro, for example, he's 30 odd. I know it's only one game a week, that he might end up getting an injury along the way. Also, he has had the odd red card at United. I think he's had 3. So it's not beyond the realms of possibility that he gets himself a suspension at some point in the future. So I just feel like with Kobbie Mainoo, he might just have to stick around, and I think that might cost him a place at this year's World Cup, because if you're just playing cameos for Manchester United, then you're probably not going to start for England or get an England squad. However, you could be part of the squad that gets Manchester United back into the Champions League, and that ain't too shabby.
I look at the manager's comments, and I think they're very telling, that he's saying, he's directly competing with Bruno Fernandes, right?
Yeah.
When have we ever known since Bruno Fernandes has been here that he's had a game off or he's been injured? And especially with the form that he's playing at the moment, it's going to be difficult for him to get there. So I get both sides of it. I understand he wants minutes for the World Cup. He's absolutely right to kind of ask for that. But also, on the same side, I feel like when you do get the 20 minutes, show what you're about. Because when I have seen the cameos, I'm just looking at it from a non-biased perspective at all, I don't think he's been eye-catching. And I also don't think, if I was to ask you a question, if you're going out to buy a player for this system now, as much as I love Kobbie Mainoo, are you going to go buy that profile of player for that area? I don't think you are.
No, personally. You probably want someone who's a little bit more, probably got a little bit more legs than Kobbie Mainoo has, a little bit more combative, maybe a bit more defence-minded. Yeah. Just as in a sort of almost instinctively. Kind of. Yeah. I mean, I think he's doing everything he can to stop himself getting a move to Manchester United. I wasn't impressed.
He weren't great, was he?
I wasn't impressed when we played against him.
No.
I've not been impressed with just the stats from him in terms of the fact that he keeps getting subbed every game.
No.
I spoke to a Brighton fan just before the Brighton game, or a journalist who's also a Brighton fan, and he said that the game, I forget who it was against, just before the United game was Balaba's best game this season.
Yeah,
He did quite well. Yeah. Other than that, he'd not been great. Throw it into the game at Old Trafford, didn't impress me. I'm being put off by him, to be honest with you. Mainoo, yeah, I think he's got to stick around. I get your point, but I still think there's a place where he can...
Do you think he can grow into that role?
He could do. I think long term, you're probably looking at Mainoo and someone like a Baleba type, or maybe even Adam Wharton. I know he's a slightly different player, as the sort of double pivot. Yeah. And then maybe Bruno.
Because one's more advanced usually, in it.
Bruno moves back up further to a more advanced position, or Bruno's rotated a little bit as he gets older, or if he eventually does end up moving on, then that's your midfield for the next 10 years. Because Mainoo's only 2021. Yeah. Zirkzee, slightly different. Excuse me. Fewer minutes. He's had 59 minutes against Burnley, 10 minutes against City, 5 minutes against Brentford, and 8 minutes against Brighton. So he's missed 5 games where he's not featured at all in the Premier League. He did play a little bit, I think, against Grimsby. So a little bit different for him as well, in the sense that I don't see many opportunities for Zirkzee. I think you don't need 1 or 2 injuries for Zirkzee's getting the team. I think you need about 4.
Yeah.
I think you need someone like Ahmad Mbumo, Cunha, and maybe even Bruno to get injured before it's like, well, Zirkzee's in now. Because I think you've got so many options in that. Oh, Mount as well. You've got so many options in those number 10 roles, which Zirkzee is, because he's not a 9. Yeah. The only one thing I would say about Zirkzee is he might look at Sesko and go, maybe if Sesko gets a knock, I could get in as the 9. However,
he plays Cunha there,
but even Cunha plays there. It's not great, is it, for Joshua Zirkzee? I think if anyone's going to go in January, it'll be Zirkzee. And this is a bit wishy-washy from Romano. You know, one player that we have to follow for the January window is for sure Mainoo. It's not really saying much. He said that they want to go and that the club want to keep them. We kind of knew that already. It feels a little bit like a filler from Romano, just telling us what we already knew, just because he's got to make content. So I get it, but I don't think it's anything particularly revelatory. Get involved in the chat in the comments. Let us know what you think. It was Newcastle, says a full named Huggy. Was that the Baleba game that he played really well in? Thank you. Shah Faraz says he was okay against Arsenal today. I've not watched that game. Fair play. Cobby is Perlo, spelled backwards, says Mathematic. T2 the Izzo says Cobby's long-term midfield partner would definitely have to have a butter-based surname. That is a good point, yeah. Hopefully, Manchester
the main
United,
thing.
Jason Wilcox, Christopher Vavell and Ruben Amorim can make that happen, because that's what we all want to see. Let's talk about something else.
Okay. Oh, I don't mind this one. I like this one. Morgan gives fright.
Do you know what?
That's good. That's good. I like that. Yeah.
That is... Something's definitely gone on while I've been on my holidays. The fucking bar's been raised there. Who was it?
It was a bit of a joint effort, but that was such a gimme. So easy.
I'll take it.
Right, when you say this is a joint effort, I'm curious. How does it work as a joint effort?
I was rhyming.
Like fucking Lennon and McCartney here. Like, how do you like jointly write this?
I went with Morgan Gibbs Fright, and then Harvey just tapped it in at the back post and put Gibbs Fright. Yeah.
Most important move, isn't it? At the back post.
And the graphic.
Sorry, I did the graphic. Ben did the graphic.
Oh, so there we go.
Talk about team effort.
This is what I mean. This is why you can't sack one of them.
No.
You think you can? You think we don't need all 3 of them? Let's just get rid of one.
You can.
It can.
You can.
It can.
Because the 3 of them do the job of one person. So that's why you need all 3 of them.
But when you're coming up with lines like that, I mean, it's something
it's very good. Well done. And this is...
Frankenstein-esque.
It's all right. Go on, I'll let you read this.
Yeah. Morgan gives fright. Forest Star gives honest Amorim verdict ahead of crucial Man United clash. The improvement hasn't been lost on England international Gibbs-White. It's been incredible to see. Obviously, they've been going through a tough time in the past couple of years, he's told Stan Sport, but they've struck with the gaffer, and the past 4 or 5 games, you're really starting to see how Man United should be playing. That grit and that determination to want to play for the badge, I feel like it's been incredible to see. It's something I feel like the league has missed. He also said, we've got to focus on what we want to do and how we can win the game. I feel like this week we've already started to implement some ideas. So I'm sure the gaffer, Sean Dyche, will have more ideas of how we can beat them.
I like you, Sean. Was that your Sean Dyche impression?
I mean, yeah, well, yeah, it's all right, isn't it?
Croaky. That's how it's
anytime I see his name, I just instantly think 20 Sovereign, you know what I mean? Like...
Well, I said it to him once because I
interviewed 20 Sovereign?
No, not that. Sort of. I interviewed him when he was at Burnley when they got promoted, and I was a Lancashire reporter. and they sent me to the parade when they won the championship.
Okay.
I think it was the championship or the playoffs, I can't fucking remember, it was years ago. And it was like at the town hall, Burnley Town Hall, and I'd never heard him speak. So I interviewed him, and as I interviewed him, it's like started talking, and his voice is obviously the way it is. So I went, oh, was you out celebrating last night then? And he went, no. And I was
That's
like,
my usual voice, mate. Yeah.
Sorry.
You gotta love it, don't you? You gotta love it.
Can I ask you something? Are you bothered that Sean Dyche is taking over there in time for Manchester United?
It feels like we always play a team on a manager bounce. I remember it under Villa when Unai Emery first came in, played them straight away, and they absolutely stunk the place out. It was compact, was organised, and made it extremely difficult. But I think the attackers that we've got, the way they're playing at the moment, it's undeniable they're going to get 1 or 2 goals anyway, and then naturally they'll have to open up and play. So it doesn't concern me that much. Get an early goal, get on top. I think you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Different to last time, I think, with these attackers. I really do.
I don't know, it's not been a great season, has it, for Forest?
1 win in the last 10.
Yeah, and like Sean Dyche is a good manager. I think he's a good, the ideal manager to sort of turn that around.
Better than Dinner Lady, who's going to be taking over?
Yeah, definitely better than the dinner lady that Marianakis is going to appoint. It'll be interesting to see how them two get on. But it's not like they've got Sean Dyche. We're not going to be able to beat him now.
Yeah.
Like he's going to make him a lot more solid defensively. Is what he does. Obviously, he's great at sort of doing things like team spirit and work ethic and all that. And his team are always high energy and they graft and they battle. And so it used to be a difficult place to go to serve more. And when he was Burnley manager, let's not forget as well, he had a lot of good results against Manchester United.
Jay Rodriguez
with that goal. Do you remember?
Oh my God.
I was behind the goal for
Could
that
not
one.
believe
that.
that.
Was the one when we all thought he was going to get sacked. And then I think that was the one before we bought Bruno Fernandes, wasn't it?
Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah, so I think we lost 2-0 at home. Everyone thought, well, that's the end of that.
And then he played against Wolves, didn't he, in the centre midfield?
And then we bought Bruno, and then we went on a 21-game unbeaten run. Yeah. I'm not like, oh my God, it's unbeaten. The end is nigh. But it is going to be a little bit tougher because Ange Postecoglou was just constantly in free fall, wasn't it?
That was mad, that, wasn't it? Getting rid of Nuno and then bringing Ange in, and then going back to Sean Dyche.
They were doomed, though, weren't they, with Nuno? After the when he came on the pitch and then the presser where Nuno said he more or less weren't getting on with it.
It's just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's a bit silly what they've done, but they've done what they've done and I'm not really bothered. Played out says Klopp 2.0 or 2.0 incoming. Yep. Phobo Sacco man says I want to see Rodgers 2.0. Santa Notch, the puns tonight are bonfire. Yeah.
Is he based in Manchester
Harvey can't fucking wait to get Harvey's seat there. Good, get him a job here, I'll go home. Well done, Notch. They'll love that. Martin R says Slot's growing his hair until Liverpool get a win. Love that. Yeah.
Classic.
In case you didn't know, the reason there's so much talk about Liverpool is he lost 3-0 tonight at home to Crystal Palace. Because Arnie Slot, it doesn't matter who plays, they always seem to fucking lose. But he put out a load of children. Right, let's talk about the next one.
Okay. Angelo Thriller. It's Steeler, but it's Thriller. Are they having that?
Yeah, you know why I'm having it?
Go on.
Right, several reasons. It works as a pun, right? Yeah. Just as a pun on its own, it kind of works. Angelo Stiller, Angelo Thriller, yeah. You've put him in the fucking Michael Jackson Thriller.
I like that. Yeah. That's really good.
When I was a kid, I used to love that album and
Did you have
video.
The jacket?
No, I didn't. I had the glove. But I was only 3.
With a Michael Jackson glove?
This was before all the allegations, right?
Right, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
I wasn't angling at that.
My mum and dad heard like, Michael Jackson sucks, mate. No. And thought, oh, let's dress our son in Michael Jackson clobber. Like, wasn't any of that, right? At the time, he was fine. This was like black Michael Jackson before anything had gone wrong.
Okay.
Right? So, let's just get that clear. Yeah? But I remember the Thriller video. That was one of the first extended videos. So it was, there's the music video where you watch it, which is like 3 or 4 minutes, but there was an extended one where it's like 12 minutes where it told a proper story of his girl and him turning into a werewolf and all the rest of it. So yeah, I used to love that video, and I love this pun. Excellent punning, keeps the theme, the graphic works, it's inoffensive, well done. Off you go.
Got another key word here. Will Cox has been monitoring £53 million Man United target for years. Jason Wilcox is also understood to be one of the influential figures around Europe who has monitored Stiller more over recent years. Stiller is one of the names on the list, but not the only one, as Brighton's Belieber and more players are also being followed. So we can't consider Stiller as the only option available at all. Sources add that Stuttgart can buy out the release clause in Stiller's current contract until June 2028 for as little as €2 million fee, and they're expected to do so. In that case, negotiations could take place for a fee around €50 million or €60 million, but it's very difficult to imagine a transfer in January. It is way more likely in the summer.
What do you make? You seem to know a lot about him because you know how to pronounce his name. What do you make of this kid? He's obviously been linked with United a little while now. Yeah. The fees, you know, have gone from ridiculously low to what you probably expect to pay for a player of that calibre at that age. What do you make of this guy? Is he any good?
I think it's that typical kind of steal that you see in Germany. So like Pavlovic, for example, is another player for Bayern Munich where they're just competent, they get things done, they're good on the ball, good all around. And I think when you look at Man United's midfield at the minute, that is exactly what we need. You just mentioned it then with Belieber, someone who's combative, someone who can play on the ball, someone who's going to drag the team up the pitch. I think he can do all of them. But the biggest question with players from Germany is always how are they going to translate over to the Premier League. Sometimes it's hit, sometimes it's missed. You know what I mean? Like we just bought Šeško from there. It looks like could be decent. But we've also had Kagawa, Mkhitaryan, and others. So I trust the scouting a lot more though. I trust Wilcox more. I trust Vavell, especially with him working at Leipzig as well. So.
It's been a bit of a mixed bag from Germany, hasn't it, for United? To be fair, I get your point, but it does feel like some of those players have flattered to deceive. And let's not forget, I know he's English, but Jadon Sancho is arguably our worst ever signing, and he smashed it in Germany.
Yeah.
Then
most of Liverpool's and Germany's players, Liverpool and City's players, who've come from Germany, have done really well. So it's all about your recruitment. It's all about the people you have in place. And like I said, Wilcox and Vavell have given me no reason at the minute to not trust him with the players that they're bringing in.
You're right about recruitment, because you could have looked at someone like Kevin De Bruyne and gone, didn't really work out at Chelsea. Yes, he smashed it in Germany, but is he going to come back to the Premier League and smash it? Yes.
Yeah.
Because
he was all right, wasn't he?
Unfortunately, he was.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think about that story. Get involved in the chat in the comments. Hit that like button. Don't forget as well to check out Ben's charity link, because he's doing 5k a day for Prostate Cancer UK. Heaven Soul makes a great point here. Forgive me. Says Matthijs de Ligt and Maz have redeemed the Bundesliga. Those two signings have been fantastic. Matthijs de Ligt has been fucking great, hasn't he?
Why are people not talking about him more though?
Because he plays for Manchester United Football Club.
Do you know what I mean? Like I genuinely think he's been one of the better centre backs in the league this year.
Of course he has.
I don't think that's reckless.
I don't think it is at all. If you watch it performance by performance, he's been fucking
been top.
And
people, Brighton especially,
people just don't want to acknowledge it. Yeah. Don't want because they'd rather talk about fucking Virgil van Dijk or I don't know whoever's
can't get in the national team. Delay.
You know why that is, don't you? Well, there's several reasons. One of them, Ronald Koeman's a fucking idiot who hates him for some reason. Another reason is that him and Van Dijk don't get on.
Is
Koeman's
it?
Sort of side with Van Dijk. I think so because
I don't know.
Do you remember? Was it last season? Where in international football.
Yeah.
Do you remember when they played? I want to say Germany, but I might be wrong. And there was a bit of a mix-up in defence. There was a goal conceded, and then Koeman blamed De Ligt, and then Van Dijk fucking more or less did the same, which is kind of unheard of in international football. It's kind of unheard of at club football, but in international football, you don't tend to do that. You can't imagine. Well, Thomas Tuchel probably will because he's nutter. But you would have never got Gareth Southgate going, it's all fucking Kyle Walker's fault and Harry Maguire's fault that goal went in.
Especially you only got him for a small period of time, aren't you? Like,
and there was a bit of needle there, and I think they don't get on necessarily well. So I think that's what it is. I might be wrong. Get involved in the chat in the comments. He's a bit of a strange character, Ronald Koeman. I just think he hates United because we beat him in the 1990 World Cup Winners' Cup final. Ross Murphy says Sabitzer had a good loan spell even with us until he got injured. Do you know what I always think about when I think of Sabitzer? Was it Sevilla, those 2 goals?
Yeah.
Where everything was going so right on so many levels for Manchester United.
So wrong.
And then it all just fucking fell apart, didn't it? We conceded those 2 late goals. Martinez got injured. It just fucked us for the rest of that season.
Was that the game with De Gea? Or was that a different...
The game away was probably De Gea's worst performance for Manchester United. And I'm not being to sort of, be horrible towards him because I like De Gea, but there was one goal where we didn't watch long that I laughed. It was that comical.
Yeah.
Because he saw.
Sometimes you can't help it though.
Yeah,
It's
it
kind
was
of
just
like
an instinctive reaction. It was just bizarre,
Yeah.
especially from a player of that calibre.
Yeah.
But we'll keep an eye on this one. We'll see if he's got legs, as always, as we often do. And get involved in the chat and the comments. Let us know what you think. Any more? Fucking save the best to last.
Oh, here we go.
Arnie Slaughterhouse. Sorry, I read that one. I just don't know.
No, you
took over.
Sure,
Very
mate.
good.
It's the best story of the night, isn't it, really?
It is the best story of the night. You're right, producer Harry. Well said.
Yeah.
So I'll let you do the honours.
I'll read it as well. Arnie Slaughterhouse. Arnie Slots Liverpool have lost 5 of their last 6 games. Sorry, I didn't read that right. Arnie Slots Liverpool have lost 5 of their last 6 games. There we go. 2-1 loss versus Crystal Palace, 1-0 loss versus Galatasaray, 2-1 loss versus Chelsea, 2-1 loss versus Manchester United, 5-1 win over Frankfurt, but no one's bothered about that, 3-2 loss versus Brentford, and 3-0 loss versus Crystal Palace. Liverpool's next 3 matches, Villa at home, who are just on the upturn, Real Madrid at home, and they're not bad, Man City away.
I mean, I get that 5 out of 6 is bad, but 6 out of 7 is even worse.
Yeah, I noticed that as soon as
So
I read it.
we could have done that,
the
considering we have
statement
put
will still
7 games on here and 6 of them are losses.
It's still correct though, grammatically, isn't it?
Right.
Technically.
You've got a right little fucking substitute teacher vibe about you today, Andy Quick. It's still correct grammatically. Yes, it's correct grammatically, so you win.
The statement stands.
Do you know what I mean? I just think if there's an opportunity to make Liverpool look a little bit worse, let's fucking do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have lost 5 of 6, which is correct grammatically.
Grammatically.
Well said, Harry.
Yeah.
But they've also lost 6 of the last 7,
Yeah.
which is fucking abysmal. Especially where, other than Manchester United, because we're mint,
Yeah.
you look at them, losing twice to Crystal Palace ain't a good look. Especially because Crystal Palace ended there unbeaten, didn't they? Like they lost to Everton and I forget the other team as well. Galatasaray, Chelsea are very up and down. There's no fucking, anyone can beat Chelsea.
They are the Forrest Gump analogy. You never know what you're going to get.
Do you know what I mean? Brentford as well. I mean, anyone can lose to Brentford. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And like I said about Palace, so it is a poor run that, especially when you've got so many home games in there as well. This guy's really under pressure in here.
Yeah, I think so. Especially, I mean, you lose another 1 or 2 of them, I genuinely think that it will start turning a little bit.
Do you reckon?
I do, because it's like they spent all that money, 400 million quid, right? And I know it's been said before, but the team's so imbalanced when you watch it. It just doesn't, nothing fits. You take Trent away, Salah all of a sudden becomes like, what's happening there? You bring in Isaac for 130 million quid. He's done now. He's literally done nothing. There's one player who's done all right, in my opinion, for Liverpool. Ekitike. Looks the part. Looks really, really good. And they're not playing him.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
It's weird because
it's mad.
I don't even know they needed Isaac.
He didn't. You watch Ekitike at the start of the season, you're like, whoa, who is this kid?
And I know they're not identical players, but they're similar-ish.
Yeah.
I don't think you need both of them. Florian Wirtz, fucking hell, 140 million, may as well set fire to it. And also, it's weird because like Kirkes, who looked mint last season.
For Bournemouth,
he's looked shite for them.
I would have had him at United, Kirkes.
I would have.
Before
I thought that was a fucking step up on Andrew Robertson.
Yeah. 100%.
And yeah, he's been terrible. And Frimpong doesn't seem to quite fit this system. And he's certainly not better than Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Liverpool are like Blackpool. They're nice at the front, and then everything behind is a bit. It's
full of.
They need investment.
Smack.
Do you know? Well, you said it, but they need investment. Like they've gone and spent all that money on the attackers, 100 and odd million on Wirtz, 100 odd million on Isaac. They need centre back. I mean, like Konate has been. The past couple of games has been alright for the majority of the season. He's got a mistake in him almost every single game. The wing backs are crap. Your keeper's injured.
And tell you what, here's a fucking newsflash for you. Virgil van Dijk ain't as good as everyone says he is.
No, he's been terrible.
Do you know what I mean? He gets away with it.
And he's moaning at the wing backs as well.
Yeah.
If you watch him in the game, he makes a mistake. So Brian Mbeumo's goal, where he basically 12-6 is McAllister in the back of the end, and he's running back and he's screaming at Kirkes, and I'm looking at him thinking, you're a leader, you've made that mistake.
No.
You've let him run in behind you, and you're going on at your other players. So, listen, I am here hate watching Liverpool. I love it.
Yeah,
absolutely love it. I'm here for it.
It's been class, hasn't it? And long may it continue. Hopefully it does against Aston Villa and Real Madrid, and they can draw against City because I fucking hate them as well.
Yeah.
Is that it? Right, got to say to you lads, well done tonight on the puns. I thought you did a really good job. Nice theme. 10 out of 10 along the way, yeah. Let us know what you think. Get involved in the chat and the comments. Yeah, loads of people just laughing at Liverpool, which is always good. Evening, lads, says John Neal. Good to see John Neal in the chat. Kieran says, love you all. And Ross Murphy says, very good puns tonight. Santa Knox says, Konate himself was looking at Virgil van Dijk after that Mbeumo goal. Yeah, probably fucking was. Probably thinking, why am I next to this dickhead? Right, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to be back in the morning with the news. Then we've got Off the Bar as well. The usual suspects will be here for that one. So make sure if you're not doing so already, you're hitting like, share and subscribe. Go and check out Nick's channel, Real Reds Talk. You know how to find them on your socials. We've tagged them in and we'll put a link in the description. Don't forget as well, the pinned comment in the chat is for producer Ben, who is doing a run. He's doing 5k a day or thereabouts. Some days he's doing more. He did 15k the other days. He's not stopped telling us. And it's all for a great cause. It's for Prostate Cancer UK. So check out the link. If you can donate anything at all, it's for a great cause. And help him out, man. He's fucking one of those weirdos that likes to do stuff for charity. So why not?
And he made all the graphics tonight. All those Halloween graphics. If that's not worth a donation.
He gets a donation for that. It's called his fucking wages. Right? If that's not worth a donation, you don't ask for money for doing your job off the viewers. That's my job. That's what I do. Right? Don't forget to check out the members section, by the way, if you've not done so already. Also check out the links. That's been Nick. I've been Jay. This has been Paddock Live. Thanks for watching.